What's going on, everybody? Today I'm kind of breaking down how to get better at resource management in Marvel Rivals. Based off of the comments, people would like to see, how do you people get people to force cooldowns? How do you cause, a lot of value to occur? So I'm basically be teaching you all that. So essentially, what you want to do, right, when you shoot a support or a tank or just any character really, and they use a cooldown, you want to keep a mental note on what cooldown they just used. And what that does, it basically allows you to kind of like, it's probably best described like if I were to say if say you're playing dive, right? Like if you're playing a dive character like, I don't know, Black Panther or something, that first dive is really to bait out cooldowns. Because I mean, obviously you can have a successful first dive and kill somebody, but you know, most people I would assume do a soft dive to kind of bait cooldowns, and then they commit for real on the second dive because they won't the supports to their dive and won't have cooldowns. And that the same thing goes for like any character you're trying to kill. Like, say you're trying to fight a Bucky, right? You're not fighting a Bucky with his punch, his hook, and his two blasts is going to be really hard for most characters in this game to do. But say he doesn't have his punch or his hook, all he has is his blast. It's a lot easier to fight him when he doesn't have that because he gets shield when he pops an ability. So just keep that in mind when you're actually like fighting people in these team fights. Another example is like, say you're trying to dive a support, right? Force them to use their ability. Like, let's say like Luna, for example, right? Take like a first attempt at shooting her, force her to use her clap, right? Then she can't use that clap on her tank because then she used it to survive. Or you bait out freeze per se, right? If you bait out freeze, then you can easily dive her, unless she has good aim. You can easily dive her because she can't freeze you or anything. So at that point, it's just if your aim's good enough or her aim's good enough to kill you at that point. But it's a lot easier when you don't have to worry about getting frozen, because once you get frozen, you're just dead at that point. Same thing goes for, like, let's say you're fighting a tank, right? You're shooting at Mag. He uses his bubble. He can't use that bubble on somebody else. So keep that in mind when you're doing stuff. Do stuff with intention. Try to force certain cooldowns, certain resources, stuff like that. And then on the other hand, only use your cooldowns like for a purpose, right? Don't just waste your cooldowns on random stuff. Like, save that cooldown for when you actually need it. Like, for example, when I'm playing Tela, right? If I'm getting dove, I don't just I use my bird when I'm getting dove, especially since it's on a 15-second cooldown. You gotta really use it when it's meant to be used. Otherwise, you'll just get caught out and you can't do anything. Same thing goes for a lot of different hit scan or support characters. If you use your get out of jail free card and then you get dove and you die, there's no one else other to blame than yourself, really. So just keep that in mind when y'all are playing the game. Keep a mental note on what abilities are going off, what ults are going off, who has what, stuff like that. And that'll help you climb and win a lot more in your ranked matches, because the majority of people don't really think about stuff like that. And then you'll just be one step ahead because they're not paying any attention to it, and you are. But that's pretty much my explanation on resource management in Marvel Rivals, or just baiting cooldowns in general. If you want more content like this, let me know. Be happy to make it. I'm on the journey to 1K subs, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you drop a like or a sub if you enjoyed the video. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.